Wholeness to the soul, family in the soul tribe. How y'all feeling? How y'all vibrating? How y'all doing? I hope all is well. I hope y'all been praying, fasting, meditating, grounding. I hope y'all been astral traveling, astral projecting. I hope y'all been really taking the time, or as I like to call the ether, to set aside with yourself to be to tap into the limitlessness and vastness of yourself. And I know vastness ain't a word, but I'm a co-creator. I create. So I point across. You dig what I'm saying? How y'all feeling? It's 1:11 on the clock. I shade. You did. Today it's gonna be a somewhat of a short live because I got something to do in like the next 40 minutes. But I really just wanted to touch on how shadow work is supposed to be fun. You did what I'm saying? Like how many of y'all know what shadow work is? And how many of y'all when y'all do y'all shadow work, is it from a standpoint to where it's like I got more shadow work to do now. It's like putting more baggage on you, or how many of y'all do y'all look at y'all shadow work as something to do as far as it's fun because you can incorporate with your inner child with it and things like that. You did. So basically what we gonna touch on today, you know what I'm saying, briefly, is just how to make shadow work fun. You dig what I'm saying? How many of y'all, if I was to ask y'all if shadow work is fun for y'all, or if I was to ask y'all, is shadow work fun for you, how many of y'all would say yes or say no? Drop a nine, no matter of fact, drop a seven right now in the chat if shadow work is fun for you. I genuinely want to know. I genuinely want to know if shadow work is fun for you. Drop a seven in the chat. It's fun. Why is it fun? Respect integrity. It was fun until it wasn't. Why was it fun until it wasn't? Kaye. I wanted to do it because I knew it was coming out greater. I say. Now, if I was to ask some of y'all, how do y'all make y'all shadow work fun? What would y'all tell me? What would y'all tell me? How do some of y'all make y'all shadow work fun? Shadow work is not always fun, but it's necessary. For me, it's fun always. There was a point in time to where it wasn't fun. You dig what I'm saying? When I first started, because I didn't understand why going through something uncomfortable could be fun. But then, but then, as I started to incorporate different techniques and visualization and imagination, which are all real things. You dig what I'm saying? It became fun for me because I began to realize how to utilize shadow work in a video game like way. You dig? I use it as motivation to become even better. I use my inner child to be creative. Um, Dang it. All right, let me stop touching the screen. But yeah, I'm vibrating. I'm vibrating officially today. Hand to chaos. How you vibrating? How to start shadow work. So Alexis Soto on YouTube, you asking how to start shadow work? So you don't know what shadow work is? Um, if you having trouble with shadow work, Alexis, I would recommend that you know what I'm saying, do go to my TikTok and just scroll through my videos because I talk about shadow work a lot. I actually just dropped a video about it today, which is why I'm doing this live. Uh, but yeah, if you have further questions, then just drop them below after you go watch those. But some trauma I didn't know was affecting me came through and it caught me slipping. Yes. So the reason why I brought up, like I said, why shadow work shouldn't be a drag. It shouldn't be something that you like. It shouldn't be how you feel about a job. You dig what I'm saying? How you feel about going to work, that's not how shadow work should feel. You dig what I'm saying? Shadow work, how you know when you're getting deep into your shadow work, you know what I'm saying? When you breaking past limiting beliefs, when you breaking past traumatic experiences, traumatic people, thought forms, you dig what I'm saying? Visions, dreams, whatever the case may be, whatever causes you to do shadow work, when you begin to do the work and when you begin to break past these things, right? You'll hit a sweet spot in shadow work. You dig what I'm saying? You hit a sweet spot to whereas it's literally up to you how you heal quantumly because this is what you're doing when you do shadow work. Shadow work is a form of hypnotic, subconscious, microscopic, quantum, subatomic healing. You dig what I'm saying? It's damn, where did that go? It's a point to where you're able to go so deeply within yourself that you begin to go outside of yourself, inside of yourself. So, what you conceptualize this is, if you watch a movie, right, and you see somebody going underwater in a movie, and they go so deep underwater in the movie to where they come back out underwater through the surface. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like a surface underwater. That's the same thing with shadow work. The reason why some of us aren't able to really tap in and be able to interpret and envision and really hone in on some of our spiritual gifts is because the shadow work is in the way. You know what I'm saying? The shadow work is in the way from you being able to fully tap in to yourself. So you have to be able to swim through your own waters, have to be able to get through your shadow work, and then understand that shadow work is something fun, and it's a part of how you are able to utilize your abilities. It's almost like self manipulation. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Because when you go within your, like I said, it's subconscious hypnotic quantum thing. You dig what I'm saying? Like, when you go into a meditation or however you do shadow work, when you sit there and pay attention to a certain aspect of yourself that minutely, you're doing something so big on a cosmic scale, on a grand omniscient scale, because now you're freeing up space for everything that has to deal with you in that aspect of your shadow work and your journey. You're freeing up so much space to whereas now the energy you're generating from your kundalini awakenings and things like that is able to flow through you, right? And now you can use these abilities that are activating with you in conjunction with your shadow work. You dig what I'm saying? Shadow work wasn't fun initially for me because I didn't think there was anything I needed to heal. Exactly. Or I vision busting through doors. Exactly. Exactly. So I meditate. Is that a form of shadow work? Yeah. Like, so for example, just generally put, shadow work is you are able to sit with yourself in some way, shape, or form, whether it be through art, whether it be through meditation, whether it be through a walk in the park. You are able to sit with yourself and begin to observe yourself, observe everything that you've been through, that you're going through right now, and observe things that you are not dealing with while you're going through what you're going through. You dig what I'm saying? And then be able to transmutate, transfigurate these experiences into something new on a quantum level, on a subatomic level, on a energetic dimensional level. You dig what I'm saying? Because when you go, like, for example, if I had to go do some shadow work because I was mad my dog bit my toe, right? I'll go do some shadow work, and I'll go back to that experience within myself and imagine my dog biting my toe, but instead of him biting my toe, he actually bit my shoe or something. You dig what I'm saying? Or I'll just make it super, super duper creative. Whereas instead of my dog biting my toe or my shoe, we was actually playing fetch the whole time. You dig what I'm saying? So to be able to free up energy or energy and motion on that type of level, that minutely, that small, right? Just something simple as changing a subconscious programming to whereas my dog bit me, but it was more for in a playful sense now instead of him actually biting my foot. You dig what I'm saying? Because I don't wait until my subquantumness, you know what I'm saying? My subquantum connects within that experience. I replayed it, and then I incorporated more playful energy into it, to whereas now it's shifting things around me that I can't even see, right? Shifting things around me that I can't even see energetically to manifest them even on a broad scale physically. You dig what I'm saying? So it allows for you to counteract these same traumatic and painful situations that you're experiencing within yourself while you're replaying them within yourself. And then you're able to go on with your daily life with that same mentality because you just did the subconscious reprogramming and things like that. When you experience a negative situation within your life, now you can go about that negative situation or experience the same way you do within your mind in this third dimensional reality in a playful, creative, and imaginative way. You dig what I'm saying? You just have to be able to envision here first. You have to be able to envision it in the realm of creativity, in the realm of energy, so that it can trickle its way down into this reality, right? So some of the most powerful forms of me being able to do that, it comes through utilizing the inner child and utilizing um 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 somewhat of a hypnosis within myself. You dig what I'm saying? To whereas I'm playfully hypnotizing all my conscious version of myself to go deeper and travel back to those versions of myself that is still going through these things like that, and show them how to do that same type of playful imaginative hypnosis on themselves, so that when we collectively merge as all these different versions of ourselves, now we're embodying all the different pieces or fractals of that healing that we have initiated and integrated within the versions of ourselves. So, like I said, you're not just doing the shadow work, or what I like to call it as now light work for yourself. You're doing it for the other versions of yourself and versions of those selves and versions of those selves. So now you all know how to quantumly tap in to heal. So one version of you may experience something over here, and one version of you may experience something over here, but the version of you that experience both of those things, and that in that sense of how you alchemize it with that inner child, now all they have to do is pull that information up from you on how to go about your light work instead of shadow work, how you go about your light work in a fun way, you dig? And now it's fun for them to do so. I meditate, is that a form of shadow work? Yeah, for sure. I read that. Allowing a different paradigm to become more realistic than what happens in the common paradigm. Facts. That's exactly, that's the thing. Like, understanding that these other realities that we're experiencing and envisioning within our mind are actually real, which is why the energy can get moved the way it does. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's actually going on, it's actually happening. You have to understand, when you are tapping into your mind, when you're tapping into your consciousness, and when you're doing something like imagining, imagining is a way to open up a portal to another reality so that you tap into it, right? So I can sit here all day and I can imagine a cookie on some SpongeBob shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm talking cookies, but this cookie could fly and do all kind of stuff, right? I am now opening up, right, a stargate within myself, because you have to understand, when we are tapping into different forms of information or different perspectives or ideals or ideologies about what is going on within ourselves, we begin to tap into different aspects of our nervous system that have never been connected, new neural pathways that have never been connected. So that means that there's different dimensions and realities and planets and planes of extraterrestrial existence, which is what planet means. Plane and planet means plane. Plane is a place. Plane is a terrain. Then you have ET at the end of plane. So you have plane and ET, right? Plane and ET. Plain ET. Why didn't I put my thing on that, man? I'm not sorry. I'm not answering. I'm sorry. You gotta send me a text. You gotta send me a text. 1 second, y'all. I ain't gonna forget my train of thought. So planet means plane in ET, right? When you break down the word planet, you have plane, which is a terrain or a place, and then you have ET, which is extraterrestrial. So when you're talking about planet, planet is just a plane of existence where extra or multi-dimensional beings can travel unto. You dig what I'm saying? So when you begin to go within yourself on that such a small, minute level, what begins to happen is, like I said, you begin to open up new neural pathways that have never been connected before. So this is realities and ether lines and timelines and planets and things like that that have never been tapped in before inside of you. So once you begin to imagine, imagination works the same way as weed or psilocybin does. THC or psilocybin. With THC or psilocybin, it's more of a direct effect. To whereas when you imagine, it's solely based off of you knowing that this shit gonna work. To whereas if you take some psilocybin or you take some you smoke weed or something, right? You know that shit gonna work. Like, you have to have that knowing about your imagination. You did what I'm saying? To whereas, like I said, you will open up a stargate within yourself. You did, because now what you're doing is tapping into the realm, or like I said, the subatomic realm or the quantum realm of your own genetics, of your own DEA, of your own that has so much limitless information inside of it. whether it be different deities you never heard of, whether it be different constellations and star systems and galaxies you never heard of, whether it be ancestors you never knew you even had that never existed in this third dimensional plane. You dig what I'm saying? All of this comes by way of you being able to utilize your imagination in conjunction with your shadows. The whole thing is we want to utilize our imagination with the light self. Whole time not really realizing that the light self that we need to be utilizing this imagination with is the darkness. How many of y'all can do that? Stare at the brightest light in y'all house the same way you're able to stare at the sun. I know I wasn't tripping. What was that? How I do that? But yeah, drop a 7 if some of y'all can stare at the light in y'all house the same way y'all can stare at the light from the sun, or gaze at the light from the sun. 7, 7, and go. So that's the whole point, right? Some of y'all may be able to do it, but it's not the same. You dig? Like so a solar what we call that shit? We call it welder's flash, right? But if I was to say solar flash, it would be different. But the glare that you get from after staring at the sun is not the same glare you get from after staring at something like an LED light. Like I can sun gaze, I can stare at the sun, and you know what I'm saying, that glare go away. But stare at an LED light, super bright, you know what I'm saying? Like nah. Like I ain't. I'm not. It's straining on the eyes. It becomes blinding. To whereas the sun, because it's not actually luminous or illuminating or full of this what people would conceptualize as light, it's actually full of neuromelanin, which is able to permeate and push out all forms of frequency, energy, and vibration, right? So when you're doing or when you're utilizing your imagination, it's imperative to integrate it, merge it. Nigga, put some patera earrings on with with this shadow self, and merge it with the shadow self, or merge it with this aspect, this dark, divine, feminine, chaotic energy inside of yourself, right? Because this will allow you to flow through your shadow work more efficiently, as opposed to implement light with the shadow. You dig what I'm saying? Implementing too much of the left-brained aspect. You dig what I'm saying? To the shadow. You want to be able to utilize your imagination in conjunction with your higher self, the same way you utilize your imagination in conjunction with your shadow self. Because just like how your higher self has information, where you think the fullness of that information is coming from, because the higher self is able to integrate with its shadow self, right? Everything has levels. We got a higher self, or what people like to call the higher self, or what I like to call the infinite self, because I'm not going to limit myself by saying I have a higher self. That's a place that I can reach and not go past, right? But if I reprogram my subconscious mind to have an infinite self, I'm always ascending. You did. So your infinite self has layers too as well, just like how your ego does, just like how you do. You have an ego and an infinite self. Your ego has an ego and an infinite ego, an ego and an infinite self. You know what I'm saying? So does your higher self, has an ego and a higher self. It's all levels to it. You dig what I'm saying? So like I said, when you're able to tap into one aspect, break it apart, put it back together, take that aspect, go over to another aspect from that observant aspect from this part that you took in, take it apart, back together, right? Now you can utilize this imagination, like I said, with your shadow self by way of doing your shadow work. You did. Some of the funnest thing, or some of the most coolest things that happen when I'm meditating, is because I'm going within my own void, or going within my own Hellenistic conditions, or going into this nothingness, right? And allow my mind, or my imagination, or my imagination, or all the different versions of myself that I done came and I done gathered up. Now we here chilling in my void, and I allow them to create from nothingness. Like I said, you get in a room Get in a room, or all white room with all bright LED lights, nigga. You won't be able to see nothing. But put yourself in a pitch black room, especially during neural. You'll begin to see everything. You dig what I'm saying? You literally begin to see everything. So understand when you are infinite self, higher self, resonate, I say, but understand when you are going about your shadow work, it does not have to be extraneous, tiring, and draining. It should be the same. It should be this in the same sense of how you are doing some spiritual, high vibrational work, feeling good afterwards. It should be the same thing you do shadow work. You shouldn't feel lower, deeper into a sunken place, or nah. It should be to the point where you go into your shadow work, you got your motivation in there, and now it's like I said, it's a video game. Like for me, when I alchemize situations, I play. Right? If somebody make me mad, if I can't do it right then and there in that instant, I'm gonna take the time aside and I'm gonna go sit with myself, and I'm gonna create a whole different reality, allowing the same energy of the experience that I just experienced. So somebody could have hit my car, I could have got mad, fuck, right? I go home. I pop into a meditation. Instead of me recreating that whole scenario, because you when you're doing shadow work, it's imperative that you do recreate the scenario that you went through when you that negative emotion got stimulated. Replay that same. You don't replay that same situation. What you do is create a whole different situation, right? Imagine a whole different situation, because what, like I said, what that is doing is creating a portal for you to enter into that other place that you are now creating, and then alchemize the energy. So I will create a whole different place aligned with the same frequency of energy, right? So, like I said, somebody could have hit my car, I could have got out and got mad, right? Whereas in the whole new reality that I create, I imagine that I don't get hit by a car and I got mad. I'm actually sparring the most skilled fighter in existence, and this nigga popped me in my shit, and I got a little pissed. But instead of me actually getting pissed and like, man, I don't want to fight no more, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm finna see how you just hit that same against me, but I'm gonna incorporate it in a you know what I'm saying, in a more creative way. You dig what I'm saying? This how you begin to flow with how your ego deals you blows. You dig what I'm saying? You begin to flow with how your ego deals you blows. You dig? You shouldn't be letting your ego punch you and blood you and bust your lip up every time. Nah. We elevate, we growing. You gotta be able to, man, this nigga probably about to bust my lip real quick. You should be able to see these things before they happen. Within your mind, you already know your ego about to say some shit before you get to a situation, and outside of yourself, right? Literally allow shadow work to become light work too, so that it can become fun for you. You did. Don't just go out here and looking for no negative situation and nothing like that. Hold on. Don't be going out here just going to look for no negative situation and nothing like that. But when they do come forth, understand that it's because of something that you may have magnetized internally, and now it's up for you to be able to stand on what you say you have been doing as far as your work, your inner work, and be able to put yourself through those tests. You dig what I'm saying? And see if you're actually the work that you actually been doing is actually working. Actually working. You dig? How you know your shadow work, or what I like to now call light work, is working, is when it begins to work for you. That's those subconscious programmers that you have went in there and reinstilled and integrated and initiated, coming out to the forefront consciously when you experience these situations, because now, because you have integrated your subconscious mind with these situations, you're constantly consciously now able to pick up on them and be aware of them before they happen or when they're happening. And then the programming of the subconscious mind that you just reinitiated or reinstalled comes to the forefront right way before you're able to consciously be aware that that's what's happening. It's like, dang, like when I first started to realize these things, and I go through something, and then I sit there and I will speak a different way. I would talk a different way. My energy will be completely different as opposed to before when I didn't do shadow work, and I'll be going through a situation. Then after I out the situation, and I had control and manipulation over the situation, I would have to sit back with myself and be like, dang, I didn't even realize what just happened till after it happened. But I was able to consciously be aware while doing shadow work in the 3D. You did? The reason why we are doing these things in meditation, or in the energetic realm, or in the astral realms, or in the realm of thought, so that they can become more physically rooted in our third dimensional reality. You dig what I'm saying? So this is why, part of why, if somebody asks something, I'm gonna always recommend you meditation, because meditation is a perfect tool, is a perfect lifestyle, to where you can be imagining shit all the time while still being here in this third dimensional reality, and tapping in to the things in this reality, while you're still able to tap into everything around you, internally, externally. You dig what I'm saying? So that's just a little bit of the benefits of behind shadow work, which everybody should be stepping into right about now. You dig what I'm saying? Being able to utilize your mind and then your imagination in a way like that, to where you're beginning to understand anything that you do in your mind actually is real and actually does to fruition in some way, shape, or form. You just have to be able to shift your own perspective and the point from where you're observing, to be able to see it. You dig what I'm saying? The way that it manifested in that reality, or in your reality. All right, but yeah, so I'm gonna answer a little bit of questions before I hop off here. Just a few. Just a few. Literally explain how I beat epilepsy using my avatar, Iron Man, and seizure. Thanos saga. So light work Sundays now. Hey, not for the God King manifest, man. You dig what I'm saying? Hey, if you want to change it to that, by all means, go ahead. But it's light work on this vibration, on the vibration, on the channel, on the frequency that we tuned in. How do I meditate? Because I did the basic meditation for so long, I meditate literally doing anything, but it just depends on what type of meditation we're talking about. You dig? When I sit in the lotus, half lotus, and I sit there and meditate, it's solely just me letting go. Like, I go on my meditations and I let go, and whatever needs to happen, happen. You dig what I'm saying? But if it's shadow work, you know what I'm saying, or light work, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do that first, and then that's when I will go in my meditations, and I let go and see if there's any messages or whatever the case may be that I have for myself. You dig what I'm saying? The same way people conceptualize that spirit getting me, it's just you. It's just you. It's like the Matrix. You start to feel 10 steps ahead by the time you are my age. Exactly. 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 Gratitude, you 17. Uh, I'm learning, but what is shadow work and light work? So Karaza, I would need you to go to watch my video, my new video that I just dropped on TikTok, talking about shadow work and light work. Shadow work, shadow work, uh uh like I said before, generally it's just when you're able to sit with yourself and be able to internalize your thoughts, internalize your energy, internalize your intention, attention inwards, and you are able to sit with yourself and go through the things within your life, you know what I'm saying, that you have experienced, that may have caused you some type of painful or traumatic experience. You dig what I'm saying? Emotion, something that you just put the deepest depths of your mind. You dig? Then it's gonna get to the point where you start doing this ancestrally. You start clearing up ancestral. You know what I'm saying? Start doing ancestral shadow work and things like that. But shadow work is basically just that. You dig? Now I switched it up to where it's shadow work and light work, because shadow work is light work. You dig what I'm saying? Shadow work is light work. Like, people will separate the two terms. You know what I'm saying? But they're one and the same. And I'm just bringing more to the forefront of how to be able to utilize your shadow work, something that's supposed to, or people would conceptualize as being draining and like drag, as something that's actually fun. Because little do y'all know, two to three, it's out everywhere. The 2 to 3 mixtape is out everywhere. But little do y'all know right? And that made me lose my train of thought reading that comment. Uh, shadow work, light work. What was I talking about? Forgot what I was talking about, y'all. That 2 through 3 comment took me all the way off. Do you recommend guided meditations? Yes, you can do guided meditations. I still do some guided meditations. Guided meditations are powerful, especially when they're your own voice. Your own voice. You dig what I'm saying? Like it's imperative that y'all do things within your own voice because on this journey you're gonna begin to experience a lot of different things that you might begin to perceive as outside of you or not you because it has its own personality in the way that it interacts with things that around you and interacts with you as well. But it's really gonna get to the point where you just realize that it's just you dig, whether it sounds like you or not. Shadow work and meditation, two different things. No, they're one and the same. Shadow work and meditation is like water bending and blood bending, or lightning bending and fire bending. They both the same thing. It's just it's a subcategory of meditation. How can we prepare for Friday the 13th? What is Friday the 13th? You were saying light work and shadow work being draining for some. Uh, yeah, I was saying most people think that shadow work should be draining. Most people think that shadow work to go to light flickering, but most people think that shadow work should be draining. It should be tiring. It should be vexing. It's something that's a drag. You dig what I'm saying? When in all actuality, you're supposed to go play and have fun. That's what I was gonna say. Most of y'all have to realize that your mind is literally a soulful reality. I don't want to say virtual. Well, no, that's actually a perfect word to use. Virtue. Whoa. You dig what I'm saying? It's actually a virtual. Go within yourself. It should be anything goes. Like I was talking about on one of the lives I did. I know all of us who play video games, we all was wishing for that one video game where you can go in that game and do anything you could think of. If you wanted to take a brick off of the wall and make a soup, you can do that in the game. Well, we have that game. It's called Your Mind. It's called the realm of thought. You dig what I'm saying? It's called the pineal gland. You dig? You can literally go inside of your own mind, go inside of your own 144 on the clock, go inside of your own virtual reality and begin to create because you doing it in the energetic realms or within your mind is just as real as you doing it in the physical realm. It's the same thing. It's just vibrating differently. The perception is changed, but it's literally the same thing. Dang, man, that's crazy. Virtual, influencing by physical virtues or capabilities, effective with respect to inherent natural qualities. That's crazy. Is it possible to close your aura and make it where your presence is concealed? I already know the answer. I'm just getting if I can. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. So yes, you can. Right? You can. It's 100,000 billion trillion% possible, for sure, without a doubt. Without a doubt. That comes with, and this is all I can leave you with, and unless you book a consultation or DM me, but it comes to the point of stillness. Stillness. It starts with physical stillness. Then it stems forth with internal stillness, being able to slow the lungs, slow the heart rate. You did? Those are the main two things. You want to be able to slow down your breathing and your heart rate, because when you slow down your breathing and your heart rate, it will slow down your blood flow, right? It will slow down your blood flow. It will slow down how fast your body is eating, because the blood is the kitchen to the cells. So when your blood flow begins to slow down, right? Your heartbeat to slow down, you begin to slow down, right? But you want to get it to the point to where is you take that physical slowing down and take it even further into your energy. So now you begin to slow your energy down, which is really speeding your energy up. If I was to slow my energy down now, how I'm saying it, how y'all thinking, then I will be vibrating so slow to the point where y'all wouldn't even be able to perceive me in the third dimensional sense that y'all seeing me no more. I would look 2D or 1D. I'm vibrating slow as hell. I look like a picture on a piece of paper. To whereas when I shift that internal lower or slower vibration into my energy, what I actually mean by that is when I slow down my energy, I'm actually making it vibrate faster. The physical things that you're able to pick up by way of your outside external environment, and the stimuli that is going fluctuating throughout your environment, you're no longer able to pick that up, because that's no longer where I'm channeling my energy to. My energy is no longer in perception of this third dimensional reality. It is actually in a higher dimension, which is why, you dig what I'm saying, cloaking or visibility is real. But I'm gonna have to go, y'all. If y'all have one more question, go ahead, drop it down below. If y'all don't, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at Kalel. You dig what I'm saying? Kalel, AHKKALEL. That is my Instagram. My YouTube is Kalel. That was a gem right there for y'all. I mean, if some of y'all wasn't paying attention, that was an indeed gem. For everybody who wants to replay this live, the past 3 lives that I did are all on my YouTube channel. So every live that I'm starting to do now on TikTok, especially around this time, will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. I'm live on YouTube right now as we speak, baby. You did. So that was a gem though, because that's useful. That's useful. So it go deeper. But yeah, if you want to tap in more with that, definitely just click the link on my live, book a consultation. Um, Tonight, y'all, tonight, we are going live on Intergalactic Podcast Radio. We're going live on Intergalactic Podcast Radio YouTube channel. And we're going to be giving some more high vibrational downloads. We're going to be giving some more high vibrational vibrations and frequencies to help y'all tap in. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all don't want to miss this live stream on YouTube with the God I Ain't Manifest on Intergalactic Podcast. What do you think about hearing and seeing static? Scroll down and watch my video on it. There's a full moon tonight, right? I thought it was last night. It might be tonight though. It might be this night. It might be this night. Yes, man. Definitely wholeness to the God is never sold. But yes, like I said, we're gonna be live. We're gonna be going live again tonight. On Intergalactic Podcast Radio. You dig what I'm saying? 7 p.m. my time. So if you're on Eastern Standard Time zones, we're gonna be on at 7 p.m. Just go to the YouTube channel right now. Go to the YouTube channel right now. Hit the subscribe. I don't know what the subscribe button at. I probably already did it. But hit the subscribe button. Turn notifications on. My notification is already on. So we're gonna be on the live. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, breaking down songs, giving more high vibrational music that y'all can tap into. You dig what I'm saying? And it's technically the 3rd episode. This next episode that we're gonna be doing is gonna be a little bit more. And it's gonna be fun. So y'all definitely will tap into this episode, because next episode is gonna be way more. It's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit for sure. But if y'all didn't grab my ebook, make sure y'all go tap in with my ebook. You dig what I'm saying? Bink on my bio. If y'all are struggling to understand what shadow work is, right? And what the inner child is, right? These new ager terms that we utilize for this, you dig what I'm saying? Shadow work and inner child healing. Make sure y'all click the link in my bio and go grab my ebook, bro. Because in my ebook, I help y'all to In my ebook, I help y'all to be able to tap in. Dang, I'm getting up and y'all still alive. In my ebook, I gave y'all a way to be able to tap in, right, to how to start shadow work and your inner child healing, right? I broke it down with 5 steps. And we know the number 5 signifies change. So I broke it down with 5 steps that's already aligned at the healing frequency of you being able to step more into your infinite self within this ebook. You dig what I'm saying? So click the link in my line, go grab my ebook if you're struggling with inner child healing and shadow work and starting it and knowing what it is. You dig what I'm saying? My YouTube is the same as my TikTok. AH space Kalel. Uh do you have any resources or advice for those who have just found out who they are, or those um it depends on what you finding out. I'm always gonna recommend meditation because, like I said, meditation is solely perception based on what you can take in and perceive. So go into a meditation with this download that you just found out who you are and that you're developing yourself, and ask questions. Oh, you meant the podcast YouTube channel. The podcast YouTube channel is Intergalactic Podcast Radio. My YouTube channel is Kalel. You dig what I'm saying? But go into your meditation with that same, you know what I'm saying, sense of intention that you have, subtle rebel ASMR, and then utilize your creativity and your imagination in a very open sense. Ask questions that just pop up. You dig what I'm saying? Allow your allow your thoughts and your conscience to formulate different questions, different ideas, or different conceptualizations around what you're experiencing to help you understand what you're experiencing because it's for you. You dig what I'm saying? So the best ways that started finding more out about myself, gotta go within, big dog. Do you know you're a primordial deity? Primordial deity. Appreciate that. Much gratitude, man. I know a couple things, but I don't know it all though. But you can indeed drop and shed some light on top of my head. The real Marianne, if I'm saying incorrectly, my fault. But yeah, y'all, make sure y'all go tap in. Definitely tap in with the Goddess Never Soul too. If y'all need crystals, if y'all need a reading, Reiki healing, anything like that. You dig what I'm saying? Um, Definitely go grab her ebook as well. She dropped the ebook on meditation. So if any of y'all struggling with meditation or tap into meditation in a limitless sense, she broke that down in her ebook very efficiently as well. Definitely tap in with this goddess, NETERTLOVEE, Netter T Love 333 on TikTok. She got some dope stuff that she offer as well as far as crystals. And anybody in this chat right now, if y'all have something that y'all are passionate about, y'all are working hard towards, striving hard towards for the liberation and the um revitalization of your people, definitely comment it down below because I'm gonna just promote your shit, bro. You did promote your shit. But other than that, man, I gotta hop off this live. I got something to go. I got somewhere to go. Promote your deeds. Or yeah. I'm already knowing that. I peep Remedy H. I stopped watching them though. I ain't even gonna hold you. I stopped watching. But I peeped them though. Much gratitude to God. Stay up. Y'all stay up, man. I definitely intrinsically and macroscopically appreciate and I'm grateful for each and every one of y'all, man. Check my art, please. Send it. Dofos. Send your art to my DM on Instagram. Any artist, if you make art, if you make music, make crystal jewelry, if you create anything, if you're a poet, I need y'all to start sending me what y'all create to my Instagram so we can incorporate y'all on this podcast in some way, shape, or form. For the artists, start having y'all come up and show your artwork and explain where y'all consciousness went when y'all was channeling what y'all was painting. You dig what I'm saying? So definitely somebody like you, the real Marianne, we come to my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? DM me on Instagram and say, hey, I make this. I would like to be on your podcast, da 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 da. And we're gonna I'm gonna have it set up. So it's gonna be one person every 2 weeks. or every, I don't know how long, how many times we're gonna do it, every 2 weeks, but it's gonna be frequently. We're gonna have y'all come on and explain what y'all got going and what y'all creating. Poetry is my love language. Definitely will share some. Yes, DM me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I was at the gym and I saw two guys I haven't seen in 2 years to be that I had beef with. How do I deal with Danny831? Danny831, DM me on Instagram. I'm about to hop off live, or book a consultation, link in my bio. I'm about to hop off live. Appreciate every single one of y'all. D and truth from the bottom of the top of my heart, D and truth from the bottom of the top of my soul. Make sure y'all DM me on Instagram. Everybody, I told DM me on Instagram. I feel y'all. I see y'all. We got one. So I Kalel, and I'm gonna tap in with y'all on the next one. Wholeness, love, light, chaos, and omniversal. I say. You tap in off of there. Tap